there's dwarves in this universe, do you think there will be a dwarf waifu?
That would be cool.
I bet you a Steam game there won't.
I want to have at least one who has a beard.
But we would have to keep watching the show to find out.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it every week with you, dude.
Nice.
It's on record too. None of us can go back on this.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, sure, fine. Just hit me up whenever.
It's suffering o'clock.
Hey.
Hi, welcome to a bit different. Fuck, that was a bit thing. Hi, welcome to something a bit different. Boris and I fucking hate ourselves. Hi, it's me, Tom. Join Boris.
Hello.
Hello.
That's not different at all that we hate ourselves.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fairly standard.
That's the usual.
Well, I live my mantra by the words of the snake himself. Why were we put here? Just to suffer.
Can you feel it?
Anyway, anyone who's a close follower of us may remember my bold proclamation in a recent seasonal podcast.
Somewhat recent.
Where I proposed to Boris that there would be no dwarf waifu in the hit show Knights and Magic. If you're just coming here about the result of that bit, I lost. There was a dwarf waifu, but she was basically just a painting in the background. Mind you, every character in the show is compared to the almighty, majestic Ernesti Ecavalier.
Should you remember his last name as well?
Yeah, they said it multiple times. I remember the show. I remember Ernesti, and then us talking about bullshit for large amounts of time, while just non-relevant stuff happened.
I don't think anyone who listens to this is actually gonna remember what the fuck Knights and Magic even is.
Okay, I guess a brief refresher. It's an isekai fantasy mecha where a degenerate hikikomori fucktard gets killed, does he? And transported back into the... He steals the life of some promising young upstart child and turns him into a mecha otaku, essentially. By taking over his life. No mention as to what happened to the previous life of the child. It's robbed from him entirely.
That's the most disturbing aspect of the show, really.
Yeah, it's not even like he's born as like a fresh baby or whatever. He's just straight up steals someone else's life.
Yeah, he's not born as a fresh baby, and he's not teleported there as his own self. He's just a completely new person who is already like 7 years old. So like,
yeah,
what the fuck happened to the original kid?
He's just gone. I mean, his name was Ernesti, but he wasn't the Ernesti.
It doesn't matter.
If you remember what... If you don't remember anything else about the show, it's based on a light novel.
Yeah.
And so that gives it a lot of stigma already, and it lives up to those.
For good reason.
For a good reason. The first few episodes are someone's tweet. I'll see if I can find it out so we can credit them. So I'm not just stealing someone's joke. It was like it's the standard isekai or standard light novel, like on fast forward. Like it's just him constantly doing the thing that no one's ever done before. It's like 5 or 6 times by the end of the first episode. It's like, he gets transported there, and he becomes a prodigy, and he goes to high school, and he invents a gun, and he improves the mech, and he becomes a pilot, and he learns all the studying, and he becomes the Vigilance of the King. End of episode. Or 2, I don't know. It's just a fucking blur.
Yeah. Let's get right into that aspect of it. It's a typical light novel character in that he is just a guy who is good at everything and like a vaguely good person, I guess.
Well, everyone loves him unconditionally, and much akin to that joke from the Itchy and Scratchy Poochie show, it feels something like a self-insert because, like, it's just
what was the name?
whenever he's not on screen, everyone has to say, "Where's Ernesty?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
miss Ernesty. Isn't Ernesty cute?"
It was what I established as the Bechtel test, but for light novel characters, which is
Yeah.
if there are two characters on screen that are not the light novel protagonist, do they have a conversation about the protagonist and whatever or not?
99 times out of 100, the answer is yes.
Yes, pretty much every other character in the show exists solely to suck the main character's dick.
Except for Kid. His name's Kid.
His name's
the
Kid, yeah.
one other character that is allowed to have a romantic interest that is not Ernesty.
But only because Ernesty allows it.
Ernesty allows the great ruler and lord of this land. Ernesty allows the child to have a relationship.
And only in the very final episode of the show.
Yeah. So we finished it about a week ago at the time of recording this, and I had about a week or so to reflect on it.
Wait. When did the show air? Was it in like fucking July
We've
or
taken
August?
our time watching it.
Yeah.
We've taken our time watching it. It wasn't this season, it was the last season seasonal.
It was the last
I don't remember.
Seasonal video we did. The last podcast.
Yeah. What's the season in the Northern Hemisphere?
It's cold.
Fall's autumn. It should be autumn, but they call it fall because America.
I guess.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
And then we're in winter now. Welcome to the anti-world with me, Tom.
Is it summer for you, or what the fuck is it?
It's spring still. Summer isn't. I don't start summer until you start winter. So December is when I start summer.
Does the temperature where you live ever drop below like 0 degrees Celsius?
Yeah, the winters get down into like frosts every day.
Oh, okay.
And I know, like, they have to bring out helicopters constantly to blow the frost off the grapes and stuff.
Ah, man.
And then the summers get to like mid-30s.
Because
Just
here,
huge temperature variations.
Here in Austria, it's hell because the winter lasts like 5 or 6 months, and we drop like 15 degrees below 0 Celsius, and it fucking sucks.
Well, you live up in Austrian mountain village.
Actually,
making clocks and dancing in your lederhosen.
It's not true at all. I actually live in a fairly like how do you call it, like an even area, like a plain. There is no mountain range anywhere here in
this is very off
nearby.
Topic. As you can tell, Knights and Magic is not particularly interesting.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Elena will probably cut this out.
No, just leave it in. It's good. We're discussing geography now because we're not willing to switch back to the topic at hand.
Back to the topic.
Okay,
I've
had
about a week or so to reflect on Knights and Magic. And Nesty is both the worst part, as we've kind of explained, of the show, as well as probably like its one, I guess, redeeming feature in a way, is that in the final arc, you kind of see like the seeds are like definitely there from the start of the show, but he's a really selfish piece of shit. Obviously, his goal is to make mechs. He likes mechs. He wants to make them and do all kinds of stuff with them. So his reason for going into the war of the final arc isn't some. I mean, he has some noble goals, but like he's like, I want to impress the king and make more mecha. Fuck everyone else, essentially. I just want to show off my mechs, and that's all cool and good.
That's a noble goal.
But then he's fighting the final battle against that massive like dragon airship. which looks cool as fuck, by the way. The stuff in the final arc looks cool as hell, and it kind of comes around. The directing's... Well, we'll talk about directing and
the
stuff
dragon
later.
mech is like the one cool thing in the show.
But, yeah, but because of the dragon, and the reason he wants to destroy it is because he's worried a more conventional and like sensible form of warfare might take root. It would result in less death, more practical, but he wouldn't be able to fight in mechs. For the next however long, he dooms the people of this world to fighting like tiresome, like terrible battles inside mech robots, just because he doesn't want better technology to take root.
Can we talk briefly about how this is the worst implementation of isekai in anything?
I mean, like, I think it does work towards the end, because it feeds into him being a piece of shit because he's obsessed with mecha robots, and like that's just he's carried over that insane obsession, and he doesn't care at all about the rest of the world. But like for the first 3/4 of the show, it means absolutely nothing. The fact it's an isekai.
Well, I mean, the fact that he likes mechs is not even relevant to the fact that he's from another world.
No, there are people in the same world that like mechs like a lot as well.
Yeah, like there is no reason why he couldn't just be a guy from this fantasy place and like mechs. But instead he had to be like a programmer, I think. It was in the first episode.
It was weird. Like he's a programmer, but he has like weird detailed knowledge of things like human anatomy and I don't know.
Yeah, and he's a guy from the real world. He's from Tokyo, I guess, and he gets run over by a truck and transported to this fantasy world. And it's in the first minute of the show, and never relevant ever again.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the fact that he builds like plastic models like Gunpla and shit of mechs, it translates to him being the best guy at building new mechs in this fucking fantasy world where mechs actually exist. It makes zero sense. It's never ever relevant at all, and he might as well just be a guy from this place that likes mechs. It's only there so they can slap the isekai tag onto the light novel because that's the popular thing to do right now.
I mean, we haven't read the light novel, so we don't know if it's perhaps more relevant there, or if the season 2 as you as you Google searched.
I mean, if it's as relevant in the light novel as it is in the show, then it's completely fucking pointless. Like, it has no reason for being there other than just isekai is the popular thing now.
Everything else is a mess as well. Like I said, the directing is shoddy and spotty and inconsistent. But don't worry, they got like an Obari sword pose 2 episodes in a row, so it's got to be a good show.
Even though I'm 100% sure that Obari didn't actually
Obari did not work on this at all.
Because the mechs are all CG anyway, which is not a bad thing inherently, but
they're like for CG mechs and fighting,
like
it's typically pretty good. There's a few patches where it's like absolute shit. But overall, whoever they had directing the fights knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Would you say that the person who designed the mechs knew what they were doing?
No. The mechs are way, way too complicated. There is too much going on them. Someone got a little bit overzealous with the design tools, and a couple of them look alright. The horse ones are way, way too fucking much, and seem to only be there so the girls can stick their asses up in the air. Because that's it. It's the only factor that makes them different is the girls have to lie down and put their ass up in the air while they're in the big horse mix.
That's a thing too, that the girl pilots in the show are only ever allowed to pilot the mechs that have this like cockpit where they need to lie down so they can show both the boobs and the ass at the same time.
Yeah. It's
The guys always just pilot the mechs where you just sit normally. And that's a thing too in the show, where every time they show anyone in the cockpit, they're not actually doing anything.
no, it's not like Gundam where you'll see them like looking around or moving or pulling stuff. They're just kind of sitting there, like in the pose, like implied that they're piloting. But it's just
Yeah,
so it may as well just be them in a different dimension. It has no bearing.
the cockpit, all it has is like two big pistons, and you're supposed to control the entire mech through those two things. And it
There's
never actually
glowy
shows
tubes
them
as well
doing
that
anything.
tell you you're out of energy,
You're out of mana.
out of mana.
It's like a video game.
Yeah.
So the mechs are stupid as well. They all have this weird thing going on where they have like the back weapons, and the back weapons are held up by like tiny arms, but they're like weird T-Rex arms that are super small and only have like 4 fingers on each hand, and it looks weird. Yeah, that's a design aspect that bothered me as well. It looked like shit. I don't fucking know why it was there. Just make the arms like clamps, or even just normal 5-finger hands. I don't know why they look like weird tiny versions of the main arms.
Little T-Rex arms off the back.
Yeah, that's right. And all they're doing is like holding these mage stuffs. It's stupid. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, the mech designs aren't well done, like consistently. A few of them look alright, like Ernesti's final one as he's flying about the place and having a blast.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, why the fuck is Ernesti just flying around at the end?
Because
Like,
he built the
fly.
special thrusters that allow him to fly. He did the thing
But
that
why
no one
can't
had ever
anyone
done
else
before.
fly? Oh yeah, that's the theme of the show. He did the thing. I can't believe he did the thing. I can't believe Ernesti went to like an elf village and learned their entire technology in like
A day.
4 days or
2.
some shit. Whatever. He just read the entire library, and there's like centuries of elf technology there, but he just learned it. So whatever. Just so he can build a new reactor that doesn't even do anything, but they still take like half an episode to explain what the fuck it does, and it's just magic bullshit anyway.
Oh yeah, the amount of just like info dumping that is completely irrelevant in the show is
It's magical, really.
it's something. I mean, props to the guy for wanting to build, obviously, a world with a good amount of lore and detail, and he wants everyone to know how it's working. But it's.
I feel like he's approaching it from the wrong angle, where he's like, I want to explain how all of these things work, but there's nothing to explain. It's just magic in the end. You know?
Yeah, that's
like
the problem. It's all magic.
There's no consistent rules or anything. It's just it's fucking magic bullshit. Like it all boils down to that one line.
Yeah.
What about the animation quality in the show? How do you feel about that?
It was patchy, I guess. There wasn't much like the 3D mecha animation. Like I said, it was good. It was smooth. The frame rate on it was like the same as the show for most of it. There was like really good. There's a few really good like shot angles, some alright character animation, but there wasn't anything going on. Honestly, even the effects were kind of eh. It was just mediocre, I guess.
It looked consistent. That's the best thing I can say about it.
It had a great consistently. It smelt nice. It was firm to the bites and had an excellent smooth, creamy taste.
It was like a piece of unbaked dough. There was it was consistent, and it didn't taste like anything.
I guess a few other scattered things about the show I liked. The final sort of antagonist guy, He was good. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell my technology for money, and then he was like super theatric and shit like that. He was fun as hell to watch. Um, and like you could see he was an
Yeah.
actual person who worked and tried and had to work their way up. And it was a really nice foil to
Um,
Ernesti, who was just a massive crock of shit.
he was a decent a foil for NSD because it was like he was just another inventor who made up shit, but he was a bit crazy and shit. But on the other hand, it never really felt like he was a threat to Ernesti.
No, because the one time he does sort of get the best of Ernesti, Ernesti goes, if I just add filters to my jet engines, he can't stop me ever again. There we go. And then, fucking hell, Ernesti's like zip zapping around the place, and he does a backflip, and the blue triangle he's flying around just it wins. So like,
Yeah,
so the finale is there is a dragon and a blue triangle shoots at it, and then one guy hits the suicide button, and Final Fantasy victory music plays. Kid gets a wife, Ernesti gets a
gets all the
harem,
other wives.
essentially, of every character inside the entire show.
I mean, it's really hard to just explain how this show sucks because all that happens is Ernesti. Events happen just because Ernesti decides them. Ernesti. He decides to make a thing, and he decides to push the story forward, and he decides whether or not anyone else gets to have a character arc. I mean, it's not like he has a fucking character arc. He just invents shit constantly. It's you're just jacking off the goddamn main character and not doing anything else. Why are light novels like this? Why does anyone like this? Why would anyone read about some dude who just solves everything?
As Boris pointed out, much to my my disappointment, it's about equal with a giant Gorg on Mal, and that pains me. Pains me greatly.
Yeah, remember this show is rated just as highly as Giant Gorg on Mal, but it has like 100 times the votes. So many more people watch this show than watch Giant Gorg.
Yeah.
Just remember that as you go to sleep.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers. Shot, mate. Ernesti.
Yeah, Ernesti.
I just do a word count of the show and see how many times Ernesti is said compared to every other word in the show. In fact, I hope every time we say the word Ernesti, Elena puts a picture of him on screen.
I hope every time we say the word Ernesti, anyone who listens to this podcast drinks like a shot of tequila.
I don't condone suicide.
So, yeah. Well, I'm gonna drink right now. Fuck this.
So final review of Knights and Magic. It's a well-timed classical piece. An excellent commentary on feudal Germany, and it could use a touch of salt.
How would you rate it on a numerical scale?
As a number?
Yeah. Give it a meme number.
Can I rate it using imaginary numbers? Yeah,
sure.
That system of numbers that are... I give it a 38i out of 10.
I'm gonna rate it on a regular 10 scale and give it like a 2.
If I had to rate it on a regular 10 scale, I'd probably give it a 2. Maybe 2.5.
I could give it 1 extra point because of the giant dragon in the final arc. And that's it. And also, fuck this, whatever. As an epilogue to this review, Tom, you have to explain why the fuck you watched the entirety of Knights and Magic but you haven't seen Escaflowne, which is exactly this show but done well.
Well, escaflowne has it's high in soy, and I can't afford that in my diet at the moment.
Okay, sure, that's about as good as it's gonna get.
In short, watch a better show. By the way, spoiler warning in review.
What the fuck did we spoil?
I think we spoiled everything.
The fact that Ernesti solves every problem and no one else matters? Like, that's a spoiler? That's all that happens in the fucking show.
You have kings of countries. Oh yeah, that's my favorite bit about the ending, by the way. It's just like they lose one battle like to Ernesti, and then their entire country just falls apart.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
You can't.
You can't compete with Ernesti.
So nasty.